again. Welcome to Heritage Baptist Church. Let's all find our songbooks, find our places, and find a songbook as well. Turn to number 78. Number 78 in your songbooks. Let's all stand together as we sing When We All Get to Heaven. Number 78. Sing it out now. Sing the wondrous love of Jesus. Sing his mercy and his grace. In the mansions bright and blessed, he'll prepare for us a place. When we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we'll sing and shout the victory. While we walk the pilgrim pathway, clouds will overspread the sky. But when traveling days are over, not a shadow, not a sign. When we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we'll sing and shout the victory. It's great singing. Let's take a minute and greet those around us this evening. All right, let's find a way back to our seats. We'll bring it in together on that third verse. On the third, number 78, on the third verse. Let us then be true and faithful, trusting, serving every day. Just one glimpse of him in glory will the toils of life repay. When we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we'll sing and shout the victory. Onward to the prize before us, soon his beauty will behold. Soon the pearly gates will open, we shall tread the streets of gold. When we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we'll sing and shout the victory. And turn in your Bible if you need it, or in your songbook to Isaiah 40:31, number 336 in your songbook. Isaiah 40:31 in your Bible, or 336 in your songbook. They that wait upon the Lord. Sing it out now. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. God, let's sing that once more. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Teach me, Lord, to wait. Amen.
All right, you may be seated. About 2 months ago, Pastor started having us pray near the beginning of the service, and we're going to keep up with that tradition while he's gone for the next few weeks. Does anybody in here not have a prayer bulletin yet? Anybody? Mr. Stewart's usually right on top of his game there. Do we have any visitors with us tonight? I know of at least one. You're not a visitor, but you brought one, right? Hi. Who's your visitor? Oh, very nice. She's prettier than you. And thankfully, she doesn't have the muscles either. That would be real scary. And over here, Mr. Stewart, on the other side of that same row, we've got Tiffany Kill. She's one of our students in school, came to visit us tonight. Tiffany is a recovering potato addict, as we found out last week on our junior-senior trip. You're going to kill me later, aren't you? It is your last name, so I guess that's fair. And then there's a lady over here sitting with Miss Ron. You didn't introduce yourself before. Who are you? Maya. Like Maya the Bee from like the kids show? Okay, all right. She needs one of those lovely papers too. Did she fill one out? Yeah, no, she didn't. See, I know 2 things. That being one of them. Thank you for visiting with us tonight. If you haven't been weirded out already, it's going to get a little bit better. If you haven't paid attention to Facebook or you're not on social media, you may have missed Pastor's post yesterday about my mom. They met with Dr. Contreras, the guy who runs the clinic there in Mexico, and had probably the most encouraging doctor's visit they have had in months. He started looking over Mom's most recent MRI scan, and the first thing he noticed was they did the scan too early. About 3 weeks too early. We knew that going in. Mom had had some issues, so some of her symptoms, the doctors here weren't sure if the tumor was growing or not, so they kind of bumped her MRI up just a little bit. And because they were going to Mexico, the oncologist here wanted to have a clear picture of what they were getting into. Dr. Contreras said based on the MRI scans and where they're at, he thinks that about now, she's probably got no more tumor, which is phenomenal. They believe it's shrunk to almost a non-existent state at this point. They are going to keep her for the full 3.5 weeks. Part of that, they've got her on a steroid right now, which they're weaning her off of. And then I mentioned Sunday they're going to do a gene therapy. They basically retrain her white blood cells to kill the specific type of cancer that's growing in her brain. And what that'll do is, if that's done properly, it will actually use her own body's defenses to kill off any new tumors. She has a grade 4 glioblastoma. The return rate on a tumor like that is nearly 90%. So we're not out of the woods yet. We still need God to do something special. We still need God to do a miracle, but he's already working in an absolutely amazing way. I can tell you this, I straight up cried on Monday when I found that out. I'm not gonna hide that at all. It was just awesome news. Pray for Pastor. They are eating a basically vegetarian diet, and he ate something last night, and he has been as sick as a dog for about 24 hours, and it triggered about the worst migraine he's had in about 9 months. So poor guy. Mom's doing fine. He's doing terrible right now. So please, I'm sorry, Dad, if you're watching this, you can kill me later. Please be in prayer for both Pastor and Mrs. Bish while they're gone. If you take a look at your prayer list here, a couple people right on the front, we're praying for Pastor Adam Ron, and boy, does he need it tonight. He's actually our guest speaker tonight. So if he's terrible, it's based on your prayer life, okay? All right? Dude, you're welcome. Just took the buck right off there. We're also praying for Mrs. Gerber, our English teacher for 3rd and 4th and the 7th through 12th grade. She jumped in to take over Mrs. Wilson's spot after nearly 17 years. Pray for Mrs. Gerber. She's done an awesome job this year, but that's some big shoes to fill. Mrs. Wilson was scary good. Mostly scary, but she was scary good. But please be in prayer for Mrs. Gerber. Pray for Brother Trelaw. We've got a couple of very busy months coming up for the teens. They've got Youth Activity Friday. Is it Youth Rally you're going to on Saturday? We've got a bunch of different stuff coming up. Camp is less than what? Is it 7 weeks away? about 7 weeks away. We've got a lot going on. He's a busy man. He's also got brand new twins at home, and those things take up a lot of time. They're cute, but they take up a lot of time. So please be in prayer for him and his family. As far as our government leaders, pray for the Lieutenant Governor, Nancy Wyman, and just be in prayer in general for government, local, state, national. We desperately need it now more than ever. Just because we got the guy we think we like elected as president doesn't mean we get to sit back and stop praying. There's a lot going on. We need God to do something in our country. We're praying for Noah Gatos in the Army. I believe he's getting out soon. Is that correct? Somebody mentioned that before. I don't know for sure on that. We're also praying tonight for John Reimers, our student who is not at Golden State Baptist College right now. Please be in prayer for his parents as he's home for the entire summer. Their food bill just tripled. So if you turn over on the back, missionaries this week, we've got Jim and Sylvia. Is it Campana? Is that how it's pronounced? The missionaries to Mexico. I'm not entirely sure what all's going there, but the second bullet on the list, a new Muppet evangelism ministry, I want to see that. That sounds awesome. Miss Piggy telling people about Jesus has got to be the bomb. So, all right, but please be in prayer for them and their ministry down there in Mexico, and as well as Kelly and Kirby Campbell with the Treasure Trials Ministry. The Campbells have been here several times before. Brother Campbell has been moderately pain-free for the last 9 or 10 months or so due to a couple different things that they've been trying, but he's been trying to get off of some of the pills he's on that have kind of allowed him to retain that pain-free. That poor guy's taken a lot of medication. They've done him a lot of good, but he's been trying to get off of those